Welcome to Aries November Tarot. Now, this is just a general, but if you would like a full reading, head over to the description below. Hello, Aries, how are you? So, Aries, today I'm doing a little general message for the month of November. And what a month for you it is, because the energies for you, Aries, all of it is in your 8th house. Now, the 8th house is your joint finances, debts, loans. It's also deep emotional, sexual work as well. So these are the main themes that will be coming up. So some of you may be feeling quite emotional this month. November, for you, Aries, it's a time that I feel a lot of you are going to be slowing down. Like, slow your roll, but just like emotionally slowing down. But you got the first card, which is a fire card. So even though it's very much an emotional month for you, I feel it probably is inside, or it could be, depending what's going on, the energy is still fire. Because even though Scorpio, it does concoct you, which is, some Aries and Scorpios, they don't have much in common, but one thing they do share in common is Mars. So this card is really fitting for a lot of you Aries. So it's still, even though it's an emotional month, it's still very much a fire month. I feel a lot of you are still going to be going and pushing towards, themes connected to like joint finances. Some of you could be looking for like a new job, or looking for a new way to be building your money with your partner or whoever you share your finances with. But also, this is a time that some of you could be getting really sort of like quite spiritual on an emotional level. Anything to do with sex, and definitely transformation. This month will be definitely a transformative time. And even like looking at what some of the planets are saying, you have the moon, then we have the new moon, which is in Scorpio, which is going to be in your 8th house. So these are the main themes that will be coming up, but there will be a change that comes up, because you've got Uranus, which is opposing this, which is in your 2nd house. So there'll definitely be like a changes in your finances, and there's something that's going to have to change whether you initiate it or not. And another major theme that we have for this is the lunar eclipse in your 2nd house of money. Okay, and this is a lunar eclipse in Taurus. This is like the first this is first, we're easing out of the eclipses in Sagittarius and Gemini, and we're sort of easing into the one in Taurus and Scorpio, which is to do with your money anyway. So with this lunar eclipse, it can feel a bit of a madness. You could feel that you haven't got enough, or you are trying to build. This is about your self-worth. This is about you looking at your self-worth. I will be doing a full video on this, but that's the main theme, money, self-worth, and transformation. So when we look at your cards, Aries, especially like in the first week, especially coming up to like the new moon, then we have the Wheel of Fortune, which is granting you a lot of wishes, but it's also granting a change, a huge change in circumstances. Even going back to like the Fire card, the main theme for you, I feel a lot of you are probably wishing and pushing for something new to happen, and it will come in divine timing. And some of you Aries could actually be feeling quite psychic in the first week of November. And the 8th house is a psychic house. It is a house of the occult. So don't be surprised if you start seeing like visions, especially like in your dreams, or you may be seeing people from the past coming up, and it could actually feel like fate. And the Wheel of Fortune is saying that this was meant to happen. If you're trying to push for something new to happen, things will come, and it will feel very fated. So the first week does feel extremely fated for a lot of you Aries. And the Wheel of Fortune is asking you, you know, especially the first week, it is granting, it not only is it granting you something new to come into your life, but it's also showing you that, you know, it's the Wheel of Fortune is about fate in general anyway. So whatever comes into your life, or who comes into your life, or whatever changes, circumstances that happened, it was supposed to be. And it is for you to learn from, transform from, and also see how you can work with changes that come. Some of you may be wanting to change to happen extremely fast as well. When it comes to like your second week, we have the Five of Pentacles, and it is about, Five of Pentacles is about loss, spiritual loss. It could be a loss of a partner. It could be something that you've lost, something that you feel you don't have enough of. And this month is about your joint finances, Aries. So, you know, I feel some of you may be really pushing for something to actually happen because you may not feel you have enough. You know, if whoever you have a finances with, it may be not enough. So it's one of the reasons why you want things to change very quickly. So you could be applying for so many jobs if you are not working, or you are thinking of changing your job, changing your circumstances, but you're probably doing it very quickly, and you're feeling that if I don't do this, this is what I'm going to be losing even more. You know, the eighth house is also to do with debts, loans, inheritance as well. So some of you may even hear that you've lost out on an inheritance, or you may have to do a lot of work in order to gain your inheritance. So this can make some of you feel like, you know, there's a lot of like work on your shoulders, but change is definitely coming. But it does feel that it's a very much a heavy burden that a lot of you are having as well, even though there is change coming around you. When it comes to like your third week, and this is funny, you know, because the moon, we have the lunar eclipse, which is the moon anyway, and it is, like I said, it's in your second house. But with this, it feels, you know, when we come into like the third week, and whenever moons happen, some of you Aries might even feel quite anxious. But this moon card is about, you know, the moon card in general is about listening to your like emotions that can be coming out. Some of you may be feeling quite up and down emotionally, because this new moon may feel that it's, some of you may actually feel that you're not, that emotionally things are quite too emotional. Okay, and you want to move on too fast. You don't want to be stuck in something very emotional. You want things, you want to, you know, get into the emotion, but you want to keep moving on. But something is drawing a lot of you back to really sort to that, you know, revise. And this can make some of you feel quite, you know, not angry, but just like, come on, let's just keep it moving. We have, you know, the moon is in your, you know, the lunar eclipse is in your second house, which is about, you know, it's also to do with creativity. It's also about what you eat in as well, but it's generally about your self-worth. So, you know, it's about sort of slowing down for some of you Aries during the third week. And, you know, when you slow down, you can start to get a lot of answers, but the answers will come in your like intuition. And if you are, you know, because the whole month is about you wanting to move forward very quickly emotionally. You want things sorted out quickly. But the moon card is asking you, is guiding you to listen to your intuition. And it's asking you to, you know, don't rush anything emotional. If someone's coming to you on an emotional level, wants to talk to you about something, whether it's your partner, friend, or even a colleague, really listen, because you could actually learn from this too. And, you know, I feel that once once some of you Aries actually gain more emotional insight, that's when things will start to pan out even better, instead of you try to control it. Okay, so the third week is very emotional, but it's also for you to, you know, connect deeper. When we come to the third week, you have the Four of Pentacles, and the Four of Pentacles is to do with, you know, it's hoarding, it's holding on to money, the past, fearing loss as well. So the fourth week, especially we're going into the sign of Sagittarius, which is going to be in your ninth house. This is about, you know, huge expansion when it comes to, you know, higher learning, long distance travel as well, the law. You know, I feel some of you Aries are going to be coming into, you know, coming into your own. You know, it feels very much a lighter time. I feel some of you will look back on this November month as not the best month for you, because there was too much emotional drama that some of you probably feel is drama that you had to deal with. But when we come to like the end, a lot of you are going to be holding on to the happiness that you're actually feeling. And even though it is money, is also like an controlling element. So you don't want nothing to like diminish your happiness. And if some of you do come into money, or if some of you do come into anything that is making you happy, you really want to hold on to it. You don't want nothing to spoil it. But it's about looking at why you want to control, you know, why you want to control this energy of happiness. The Four of Pentacles, the last week, is also, yeah, another message that the Four of Pentacles is saying for a lot of you Aries, that you know there is going to be change. Like change was happening in November anyway, but some of you, you know, the Four of Pentacles is also about fear of loss, of change as well. So anything that comes, Aries, you know, if things, you know, if something really great that comes end of the month, going to Sagittarius season, and you know, because I feel that the ending of Sagittarius season, that you guys don't want, you know, not only do you not want any emotional drama, but you don't want, you know, you don't want to be stopping, you want to keep moving forward. So that's where this element of control is happening. So I feel towards the end of the month also that there is going to be changes that come, but the changes, you know, it's all about not trying to hold on to like the good and not thinking of the bad as well, because we all learn from it. But it's definitely a transformative month for you Aries, and I think a month that a lot of you will never forget as well. Okay, so Aries, that was your November 2021 reading. You know, please don't forget to like, share and subscribe, and check out Empath Butterflies Tarot, who does daily and love readings for all the signs. And, you know, feel free to comment on how this month has been for you. And thank you very much for listening. And I'll speak to you soon. Take care. Bye.